Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. So I've been playing this video for literally the last probably 9 months and I thought it would be a good time to film it now. So this is actually going to be my pregnancy essentials video. So I'm about 38 weeks pregnant. Tomorrow I'll be turned 38 weeks. So I figure I probably won't get any new favorites in the next 2 weeks, you know, after I have this baby. And these recommendations are things that I really thought about, and most of them actually came as recommendations from other people from watching tons and hours of YouTube videos, blogs, Instagram, all that good stuff. So it's really good stuff that I found worked for me, and if you are expecting or know anyone who's expecting, these are some really great items that have made pregnancy so much easier. So like I said, I'm about 38 weeks pregnant tomorrow. Some of these things I'm still using up to the last minute, so it's crazy because some of them I tried to put away because I was going to film this video actually yesterday, but I was just too tired. So instead I just left some of this stuff over here, and then I had to go in the middle of the night and grab it because I still needed it. So I'm going to show you my favorites from really actually from the beginning to now, including trying to get pregnant, which to me was very important because it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. So I'm going to share with you some things that work for me. And then everything that I'm mentioning I'll put in my Amazon store under my pregnancy favorites list. So I did a travel favorites video, and you guys seem to like it because I love doing those kind of packing videos. So now I'm doing my pregnancy favorites list, and everything, like I said, is linked. And if you don't want to buy on Amazon, at least you will have a list to refer to. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my little box right here. I also have my pregnancy pillow on top of my pack and play right there. So let's go ahead and get started. So when I first started to try to get pregnant, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to go off birth control for the first time in like 10 years, and it's just going to happen. So after the first month, nothing happened. Second month, nothing happened. I was using an app called, what was the app called? I can't remember. It was like an ovulation tracking app, and you enter your period in there, and they kind of tell you what days you're fertile. So I was kind of using that, not like strictly, but after like 3-4 months, I was like, what the heck is going on? Why am I not getting pregnant? So what I did was I started to be a little bit more scientific about it, and it was a combination of a couple of things. Really knowing when you're ovulating as well as not stressing about it. So this really worked for me, and it is a little bit of an investment, but it was totally worth it, obviously, if you're trying to have a baby within a timeline. So it's the Clear Blue. It's pretty much like an ovulation tracker. So the way it works is you buy this little guy, which I actually have 2 of them because the first one ended up breaking, or I was acting crazy. So this is my second one, and I'm definitely going to use this again when I try to get pregnant a second time. So you buy the ovulation tracker from Clear Blue, the digital monitor, and then you also buy like the pack of pee sticks. So these are basically sticks that you pee on, and they sell them like in packs of 30 or something like that. So you can buy this, and then you can buy this. I think I did a couple of boxes of these. So basically you pee on this, and then obviously take it out of the wrapper, and then you stick it on this, and it really tests whether or not you're ovulating. And then it shows you what days are your peak days, which days are your low days, which day are your high days. So there's a good 2-3 days where you're the most fertile, and that's when you have sex or intercourse, or at least every other day within that span. And I think that's what really made the difference for me actually getting pregnant. So you can get that, or you can even do like these little cheap ones, which are, I bought like a pack of 30 or 50 from Amazon. These are ovulation tests. So these are individual strips as opposed to like the sticks. They're just paper strips, and they tell you whether or not it's a positive, negative for if you're ovulating. So I bought like just disposable little cups, peed in the cup, and I stuck this in there, or I stuck this in there. So this was a good backup to have because sometimes my monitor, I think, was acting weird, so I had like 2, and these are cheap. So I got these off of Amazon, and they really, really worked for me. So there's so many ways to test if you're ovulating. You could do like a mucus test, or you know, the discharge test. You could do the basal temperature reading, but like none of that really worked for me or my lifestyle. But being able to pee on these sticks really helps. So I definitely want to mention that because maybe that will help you guys. The other thing that I definitely got were like another multi-pack of these pregnancy tests. So these are just, again, cheap like little strips, and it comes in a multi-pack. It's much cheaper than buying the fancy sticks from the store. So if you're really actively trying to get pregnant, you go through a lot of them. So you can't be spending like $10 a test. So what I did is I had like a bunch of these, and I would kind of test, you know, after I went through my cycle, after I went through ovulation. I don't know. When you are supposed to potentially get pregnant, I would test for it. It's been like 9-10 months. I can't remember how the dates work. But anyways, I would test this, and then if this was like positive, that's when I went to the store and bought the fancy tests that are like hard plastic. But it's good to like save some money and like do these versus like going through those other tests and having them all be negative. So I wanted to definitely mention that for you guys. So that's all of my like kind of pre-pregnancy stuff. And it definitely worked for me, and hopefully it will help some of you guys out there. So let's move on to the first trimester of pregnancy, which to me was very difficult. That's when you got the nausea, the fatigue, the sore boobs, all that stuff. So I tried a lot of things for nausea, and I'm going to show you what actually worked for me. So I got two things. One is Jin's Chewy Ginger Candy. I still have some left. The reason why I like this one so much is because it was really strong. So some of the things that I tried were kind of like mild and they didn't really do anything. If you're really nauseous and you need to knock it out, this ginger candy was like, whew. You know, and ginger is known for helping with nausea. Like, I would drink ginger ale, ginger tea, but I had these in my purse at all times just in case. Got this on Amazon, and it's a like kind of sticky candy, so it kind of gets stuck in your teeth, but it really works because it's really fragrant. I also had gotten some of those Prego Pops, which are just hard candy. Almost look like cough drops. But I got a multi-pack on Amazon, and the only ones I liked were these ones. I didn't like the green ones or the yellow ones. These weren't really as potent as the Jin's. They just kind of taste like candy, and they make you salivate, so it kind of distracts you from the nausea, but I don't really think it really helps the nausea as much as this. So those are the two kind of candies I had that I found worked for me. Another thing that I found really worked, and this was a recommendation from my doctor, was a combination of Unisom sleep gels and B6 vitamins together. So together, these had the same chemical reaction as a very like known drug for pregnancy nausea, which is called Diclegis, I believe, but much cheaper and available at the drugstore. I actually just bought this again on everything I bought on Amazon because it's just easier for me to just quickly order Amazon Prime, get in 2 days versus having to like take a trip and like search like in Walmart or the CVS or whatever. So I did this after several weeks of being like just miserable. And I asked my doctor about it because my husband was extra paranoid during this pregnancy. So he just didn't want me to take anything. He was like, don't do, you know, it's not worth it, blah, blah. But my doctor was like, I'm telling you, this is completely safe. And the Unisom is actually a sleep aid, and that really helped me sleep through the night when the nausea was like taking over. So I would take this, and I would have like crackers by my bed. The crackers I found worked best for me were not saltines, because saltines were too dry and kind of tasteless. I really liked the Ritz crackers, which was a recommendation from Jen from Head to Toe. That really helped me with this. And the candy for the nausea, because that was like the big thing in the first trimester. Something that I also started to do was obviously take my prenatals. Like as soon as you are trying to get pregnant, you're supposed to take them like 3 months before you get pregnant, apparently. I didn't know that. So I'm a big wimp, and I had originally got like some really good ones that I had seen good reviews on, but they were huge and I just was not feeling it. And you have to take these every single day for like 9-10 months. So I found that like the gummies work the best for me. So these are the Vitafusion prenatals. I went through multiple bottles of these because again, you take 2 a day for like 9-10 months, and they didn't make me nauseous. Some women can't handle some prenatals, you know, like it's just like ugh. But these just tasted good enough to eat and take every single day. So you get these at the grocery store, I believe. But again, I usually just get them on Amazon Fresh, which is my, like the Amazon grocery delivery. So whenever I run out, I just add it to my cart. 2 other things that I really struggled with during the first trimester was definitely acid reflux or heartburn or indigestion, whatever you want to call it. That actually was the worst in the first trimester. They say it comes back in the third, and I've had it kind of a little bit here and there, but not nearly as bad. So definitely get you some Tums, you know, antacid. The chewables these are like, you know, tasty enough where it's not hard to take and you just eat it like candy. And they really like when you feel the acid burn, it just, even if it doesn't feel like immediately it works, it just makes you feel better psychologically. But I was definitely popping these in the first trimester, and keep them by your nightstand. Like, keep all this stuff by your nightstand because, like, you never know when it's going to hit you. So, definitely started taking these in the first trimester. Second trimester was kind of cool. I didn't have as many symptoms. The third trimester, I started taking these again because I started having acid reflux, and I just noticed in general, like, I just don't digest as well. I can't handle spicy foods as well, so it's just nice to have something to kind of cool it all down. Something else that happened in first trimester was I got a lot of headaches. So I don't know if anyone else does, but as you know, you can't take a lot of medicines, not even over-the-counter medicines. Like, it's a very short list. And I definitely recommend you get an app where you can look up to see what's safe. My friend told me about one, I believe it's called MommyMeds. I'll put it below, but basically it's like, I paid for it, it was like $1 or $2, not expensive. But basically, you just Googled, or you searched the medicine, and it told you whether it was safe during first, second, third trimester, as well as nursing. So it was pretty helpful. So obviously, Tylenol is safe for headaches. Again, I tried not to take Tylenol every single time I got a headache. I only took it when it was really bad, because I was trying not to over-medicate, you know. I got this huge one. Acetaminophen is the exact same thing as Tylenol, because I was kind of running through it, so I like got the big one, and by the time I bought this, then my headaches went away. So I have a huge thing, 500 tablets of this. So yeah, and it expires, okay, I have a whole year for it to expire, but I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize it was so big. That's one of the things about ordering stuff online, is sometimes you can't tell what exactly you're ordering. But definitely Tylenol should be on your essentials list if you want to take some kind of pain reliever. So like I said, I got really bad headaches for some reason, and I was glad that at least I could take Tylenol. Okay, so let's move on to the second trimester. Second trimester was so good, especially like weeks probably 17 to 22. Those were like the good weeks. By that point, I was like definitely pregnant and showing. I was more energetic, but like because of my belly being bigger, things kind of got in the way. And also, I was feeling better from first trimester in terms of symptoms, so I was able to do more. So one of the things that I definitely purchased, which I use from second trimester on, after getting over the first trimester nausea, this was my favorite workout DVD, and I've mentioned it before. It's a Fit and Sleek prenatal physique, 15-minute workouts. I did a whole blog post on it, which I should link below. I have actually like 2 other videos I bought, two other DVDs, which I didn't really like. So this is the one I liked, and it's, they have like beginner, intermediate, and like a schedule that you can follow, and you can do one 15-minute video a day, or you could do a couple of 15-minute videos a day, but it lets you break it apart so it doesn't become too much. So I took a break from it for a while because we were having home renovations in my basement, which is where I used to work out. But now I'm trying to get back into it these last couple weeks because I want to prepare my body for labor, because people don't realize it, but labor is like a marathon. So it's a lot of exertion for multiple hours, and your body is like working out. So if you're not kind of like active during pregnancy, like you're gonna really be exhausted and not be able to like endure pushing as much, and your body's not gonna be as limber. So I'm definitely trying to get a couple more of these workouts in before I hit the big day. And I really like this video. I feel like it's definitely challenging enough if you worked out beforehand, and also easy enough for you to kind of like get into it, because you can always do the modified moves. And the person who teaches it, Leah Sarago, is actually pregnant, which is cool watching a real pregnant lady do it. So that was really helpful second trimester. Something I also got second trimester were these pregnancy shorts, like kind of under the clothing garment. So I saw somebody recommend it on a video, and I really don't even remember who it was because I watched so many videos, but she was saying how, you know, as a pregnant lady, you wear so many dresses, like, because it's the easiest thing, and you don't want your thighs rubbing together, and you want a little bit of light support on your belly. So these aren't Spanx. They don't make you skinny. They just kind of smooth everything out and lift the belly up, and you don't get any panty lines, and your thighs don't rub together. Because I don't know about you, but my legs definitely got a little thicker during this pregnancy. So the brand, so I started to search on Amazon. The brand that I found was called Bellavation. So as you can see, they're little shorts, and then the middle part where the tummy is a little bit more sheer, so it doesn't squeeze your belly, but it gives a nice smooth appearance. And it kind of lifts the stomach, so it looks nice under dresses. So I got it in black as well as tan, which I'm glad, because sometimes you need a certain, like either black or tan depending on what outfit you're wearing. I wore these from second trimester all the way up to now in a size medium, so they're very stretchy, and I definitely like recommend them for like maternity pictures, baby shower, where you're wearing like those really fitted kind of bump dresses. So very, very good investment, and I probably could wear these after, you know, postpartum, just to kind of smooth everything out without it like strangling me. So I wore these so much during my pregnancy, and I definitely recommend them. And this brand I think had like the best reviews, Bellavation. Something else I had to get was some new bra options. So my boobs were really sore first trimester, like achy. So it wasn't really about the fit, it was more just like my boobs were hurting. So it wasn't really about the bra. I did get one of those sleep nursing bras. It's just like a crossover, just simply cloth, because they say to avoid underwire while you're pregnant, because it just kind of cuts off the boobs. But really, I wore that you know, in the beginning, but then I found that I can just get a bra extender and it be fine, because a lot of my regular bras still fit, but they were just too tight around the waistband, obviously, because my stomach got bigger. So I bought bra extenders, and here's an example of one. It definitely doesn't match, but they still hold, it works. So I got like a pack of 4, so I could use one on put one on multiple bras. And I got on Amazon, and basically it's just like an extension. The key is to get one that's big enough, so that way it will go all the way to like third trimester. Don't get one that's just like this big, you know what I mean? So this is a good, like, let's see, 2.5 inches. And I was able to wear all of my regular bras. I didn't wear any nursing bras really this whole pregnancy, except for that one sleep bra. But I stopped wearing that out because it was like no shape, and it like you could see it through my clothes, and so I ended up just wearing my regular bras in these. So that comes in really handy. So I started doing that from second trimester all the way up to third trimester now. So that was definitely handy. So as my belly got bigger, I started to have more back aches and pains. And I also was aching because I was doing the prenatal workout DVD, which is, you know, working out new muscles, and you get sore just like any new workout routine. So I actually bought these hot and cold packs. This is a pack of 2. And you can either you can freeze them or put them in the microwave. And I use these a lot for like backache. I used it for sinus pressure when I was having a lot of congestion, especially in my first trimester. And then you can, like I said, you can freeze them or put them in the microwave, so it's like best of both worlds. And obviously you can use these forever, not forever, but like after pregnancy too. And the reason why I got them is because people were kind of weird about heating pads. They're like, oh, you don't want a lot of heat on your belly. Especially like in first trimester, where they're saying like anything can cause a miscarriage pretty much. So you kind of have to be careful. So I wanted to just like localized heat. Especially because like I used to get, like I said, really bad sinus pressure and headaches, and you can't take a lot of medicine, right? So the first trimester was like first into second trimester was during spring, where my allergies were a hot mess. You probably remember, like, I was in so much pain. So I would literally just like keep this up and put it on my head, and it was like the only way to find comfort until my doctor told me to take Flonase, and that really saved me. But again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to tell you what medicine you should take. You should definitely check with your OBGYN. But these were a lifesaver, and I definitely will use them like moving forward. So, third trimester. Oh, I forgot to mention my pillows. Okay, so I got these pillows in second trimester as well. Let me show you this one first. Actually, this pillow, I didn't know if I was going to use a lot. I actually bought it because when I was going to my baby moon, which was like 28 to 29 weeks pregnant, beginning the third trimester, I wanted a portable pillow because I knew I couldn't take this monster pillow with me. So I did like a lot of like looking up reviews and stuff, and I found that this wedge pillow could be used for multiple things. You can put it between your legs, which is like really important if you have like hip pain. You can put it underneath your belly and behind your back. And at the time I was having a lot of back pain, so when I wedged this under my back, it really relieved the pain. And I wanted to have this to put behind my chair on like my long plane ride for my baby moon, or sit on it. So because it's small, it actually folds up into a little cloth, like a little cloth baggie. And I've taken this with me on multiple trips, even like to work, on car rides, and it's just very easy. And I actually have a friend, she didn't even get the big pregnancy pillow, she just had this one pillow her whole pregnancy. And like I use it every single night, because now I use it to prop underneath my belly, because it's like when I lie on my side, it's just kind of like weighs down, it hurts, but this props it up. And I also tuck it behind my back because my back needs extra support too. So I'm so glad I bought this. And like I said, I tried to film this video the day before, and I had this like just sitting up here, and I had to like at 2:30 in the morning, I had to go and get my pillows because I couldn't sleep. So this brand is called Hiccapop, and it's just one of the ones that really reviewed well on Amazon. So this is like a soft velvety material, and I would wash the cover already, and it was easy to wash. So I had a queen bed for a long time. Me and my husband shared one, and I found that this was too big for a queen bed, but we did upgrade to a king like a month ago, and it works so much better. But I can't live without this. So I actually, if I could, I would actually bring this with me to the hospital for labor and delivery, but I know that's just being really extra. So the cool thing about it too is that not only can you use it flat, you can prop it up. So it's kind of like a backrest if you're sitting up in bed. And I've seen a lot of people put like their dogs on it or their kids on it after pregnancy. But really, it's so heavy. I don't know if I really want it on my bed after I deliver, because it really doesn't, you can't make your bed look cute with it. It just looks like there's always a big lumpy body in there. But I love it so much. Like, I really tried to wait as long as possible to get a pregnancy pillow. I think I waited till 20 weeks, because that's when they were saying you really need to stop lying on your back. And I had an issue with that. Like, I'm a back sleeper. So once I hit the very end where they're like, you really need to start lying on your side, that's when I got this pillow. But really, I could have gotten it earlier, and I'll definitely save it for the next baby too. So the brand for this one, by the way, is called Queen Rose, and I got the gray one. Okay, so let's move on to the third trimester for real. So third trimester was, you know, huge belly. Symptoms started to come back with a vengeance. Like second trimester, like fun times were over. So one thing that I wore so much during my end of the second to third trimester was this belly band by Osmed. And I was looking up reviews to find what the best one was, and it seemed like this one was like not only inexpensive, but worked really well. And there have been days where I don't have it on. I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had my belly band, because like, to me, like the back pain, it's just so real. So it's almost like a weightlifting band. And this one is really flexible. It's really easy to put on. So I'll just show it to you really quick. So here's my big old belly. So you put it on like this. And like, I wear it under the clothes. And I just Velcro it in the back. That feels better already. So it takes pressure off my back, and it also lifts the belly, like if you have pressure down here. And if I have a long day, like I know I'm going to be on my feet a lot, or I'm going to do a lot of walking, I'll definitely bring this, and sometimes I'll just even put it in my purse because you can just fold it up. The only problem is, like, don't wear it while you're sitting down for long periods because it kind of squeezes you and feels uncomfortable, or if you have like a big meal. Obviously it's like wearing something that's like fitted, but it's not tight like a girdle, and it's adjustable Velcro, so it feels actually like just wearing it right now feels so much better because my back was hurting. So I like that is definitely like top 3 out of all the things I recommend. Probably this and the pregnancy pillows are like top 3. So as you get bigger, definitely consider buying like a belt to support it. And it doesn't show under most clothes, so that's also a really good thing. Okay, so 3rd trimester, I was starting to get real about educating myself. This is my first baby. I never had experience with babies growing up. So one of my friends actually gave me this book, and I'm so glad she did. And I'm going to start reading my little, see how I like did a little note? This is called Hypnobirthing. It's basically an approach to natural childbirth, learning how to cope without medical intervention, without epidurals. I am at the point where I'm not saying I will or won't have an epidural, but this made me so much more confident that I could manage labor pain. So even if I do go with or without medicine, it just made me feel better. It just made me understand that as a woman, this is normal for your body, and it taught me breathing exercises, birthing positions, coping mechanisms, and a lot of really, really good info, and it was a really easy read. So I really recommend it if you want to know like how to do some pain management. Like I said, it's like meditative techniques, breathing techniques, and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with having an epidural, and I might. But at least like going through like the early parts of labor, I'll know how to do like the deep breathing on my own, so that way I can manage it. And it's like, they talk a lot about how fear makes you hurt more, and it makes labor stall more. So if you can manage the fear, because it's scary, especially with your first kid, you just like think it's just gonna be a really painful, scary experience. If you can manage that stress, you can literally control the hormones that make your contractions stall, and they can make you hurt more. So I think everybody should read this book. It was really good. And like I said, I have these little purple notes. So I'm gonna revisit, for example, this note says, relaxation techniques, partner help. So it shows you how to work with your birthing partner. Different ones, ultra deepening techniques, initiating labor inducing techniques. So now I have about 2 weeks left. This is a good time to kind of refresh on these because I finished reading this about a month or 2 ago. So I'm going to revisit my notes. And I really, really enjoyed this. And they still have this book. Like, it's like a bestseller. Even though it's been out forever. It's like the 3rd edition. So totally recommend that. And lastly, my hospital really, really encourages bringing whatever tools that will help you through labor. And one of the best tools in my 3rd trimester was a heating pad. And I know I mentioned in the early stages, people are like, don't use a heating pad, blah, blah, blah. But they're like, bring you a heating pad. So this is my 2nd one because I'm going to just pack this one. And I'm going to I have mine by the bed plugged in. And the one I have is like so old. Like it's over 10 years old. My mom gave it to me. But it still works. And like it saves me. Because my back hurts so bad that it just like makes it better and I can fall asleep. And I put on the lowest setting and it's fine. But I watched a labor video during one of my labor and delivery classes, and the girl had a natural childbirth, but she had her heating pad, and it looked like it was this one because it was blue. And she was using that heating pad throughout her whole labor, no medicine. So I need this in my life. Like, this is actually top 3. So I would say pregnancy pillow, belt support, this was like top 3. At least right now it is. So I definitely recommend a heating pad. Like, it is a lifesaver. So it like, seriously, like, it works better than anything else for back pain in my opinion. Especially because you can't take no drugs. Alright, I made a list of some things like apps and some channels that I recommend that really helped me. And I can't remember everything, but I'm going to mention the ones that I could remember. So a couple of YouTube channels that I really like, which I'll link below. I try to list both popular ones and smaller ones because, you know, smaller YouTubers need some love too. Just like me, like I've been around for like 10 years, but I have a very small following in comparison to some of these other people. So I try to mix it up. So a couple of people I really like are AarynWilliams. She has great older videos where it was like weekly bump dates. Those were really, really helpful, and I watched them every single time I had a weekly like change. And she also has a great family channel. KKandJBaby. I just love their channel. It's like a family channel. She just had a baby like 2 weeks ago or something like that, and it's just, I love them. Just more for entertainment value, but also to kind of like commiserate with a fellow pregnant lady. Of course, AnnaSaccone, you guys have probably heard about her. She has great weekly bump dates, and she also has her family channel. CoffeewithMami. Now, I don't know if you've heard about her, but she's a smaller YouTuber, and she does amazing product reviews and like must-have videos. And she's like, does it very realistically, like on a budget, what's worth splurging on, and she's really, really good. OliviaZapo, you may or may not heard of her. She has a lot of really great like baby essential videos. She also just gave birth recently. Seems like a lot of people are pregnant or just had a baby. It's on YouTube. It's crazy. Jen from Head to Toe, obviously she's super popular. She's a beauty guru, and I'm a makeup guru too, who does baby videos. So I really think she gave good tips, and this is her second baby that she just had, like 2 months ago or something. So all those channels are really good. There's so many I'm probably missing. So if you have any other ones, please leave them in the comments below too. I want to mention the 3 pregnancy apps that I do use. So I read these every single night, like after midnight, so it like I could see what the next day is, and they've been really helpful. Like I didn't read what to expect when you're expecting, but I have the app, and I didn't take labor classes or read books until the very end, like right now. So like this kind of educated me the whole 9-10 months about terms and things. And if you don't want to read books, like the app is the way to go. So my 3 apps that I recommend are What to Expect, Baby Center, and Ovia. So again, I'll write those below. Ovia is actually my favorite out of the 3. I found that it was like the easiest to use and stuff like that. Lastly, my favorite kind of clothes were definitely fitted dresses with like a cardigan, like these open loose cardigans, or a kimono. Before I was pregnant, my weight always fluctuated, and I always had like a belly, like a pooch. So it was hard for me to wear very fitted like bodycon dresses. But when you're pregnant and your bump is like supposed to show, it's so cute. So that is one thing that I loved about being pregnant, is that when my bump was like on a super tight like midi length dress, it was like really cute. I also really wore black leggings a lot, especially in the first 2 trimesters. Right now it's more about a dress, wearing dresses because I'm so huge. Black leggings was where I was at. And now I've moved from leggings to just like big sweatpants, because I feel like my maternity leggings are getting a little small. So I just went to Walmart and bought like extra large cheap sweatpants, and those have been working great. I got slides, shoes where you just slide your feet in. As you get bigger, it's harder for you to tie your shoes, bend down. Target has such cute, like so many cute slides, sandals, and like I've been living in them, and you don't need any help to put them on, and they're affordable, and Target has such cute stuff. And lastly, I told you some of the snacks that really helped me through pregnancy. This pregnancy wasn't too bad. I didn't have crazy cravings, and I didn't have a crazy ravenous appetite either. It was actually pretty easy going, but I wasn't able to eat as much as usual, because I think, you know, with your stomach being so tight, you know, certain things I wasn't able to eat. So definitely I recommend Ritz crackers if you're nauseous, or wheat thins, because those 2 taste good and they're not super dry like saltines. I drank a lot of Gatorade and water. I mean, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but if I wanted a coffee, I would have a coffee here and there. You know, I wasn't like super strict about that kind of stuff, but I did have a lot of sweet tea, which is probably not good because it has a lot of sugar. But yeah, like, those are kind of the things that have helped me. So I know this has been a really long video. Everything I mentioned, I'll definitely link below, as well as I'll link to the Amazon store. So if you have any pregnancy essentials, please share those down below so we can all help each other out. And this pregnancy journey has been amazing, sharing it with you guys, my first baby. Thanks for sticking around with me. I really appreciate it. I will link my Amazon baby registry below if you want to get baby girl a gift. There are still some things I need to get. So if you want to hook us up, I'll definitely give you a feature in one of my upcoming videos. But that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out makeupbyrenrun.com for a full post with pictures and products and all that good stuff. Until next time, have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.